Hello everyone, and welcome to the brief history of the Great War within the Elder Scrolls. Before I get into the Great War, I need to give you all prior details and the events that led up to the war, which will ultimately give you a better understanding overall of the entire war itself. Starting off, there are two groups that you need to know about to get an understanding. Those groups will be the Aldemari Dominion and the Empire. Both the Aldemari Dominion and the Empire both have other names that refer to them, and I will be referring to those other names throughout the video, and I want to give you those names beforehand so you know that they all mean the same thing. In reference to the Aldemari Dominion, the other two names that are referenced are the Thalmor and the Altmer. The Altmer are the race, the Thalmor is the group, and the Aldemari Dominion is the nation that the Thalmor are a part of. Now, whenever I reference these, they all are basically within the same genre, and I don't have time to go a complete in-depth analysis between the differences, so just know they're all within the same group. The Empire, on the other hand, they have other names to refer to them as the Legion and the Imperial. Whenever I say any one of those, I'm all referring to the Empire. Now that you got a good understanding, let's go right into it. Starting off, we have to go all the way back to the events of the Oblivion Crisis. During the whole crisis when Daedra were invading provinces all around Tamriel, the Altmer of the Summerset Isles were forced to defend the Crystal Tower. Ultimately, they did succeed, but this gave them the chance to capitalize on their success, and in the Fourth Era, on the 22nd year, they took over and became the main force of power and renamed Summerset Isles to Alinor. Although, side note, most people don't call it Alinor, they just call it Summerset Isles. Fast forward 7 years, during the Fourth Era 29th year, the Valenwood government was overthrown by Thalmor and allies made within the Bosmeri faction who had betrayed their homeland, and ultimately severed all ties with the Empire from that point. For nearly the next 70 years, it is unknown what was going on, but it's theorized by many historians that internal conflicts were going on between the Thalmor and the Aldemari Dominion, which caused a silence period. 69 years later, two moons, Master and Secunda, disappear. This causes a huge panic within the Empire, and the Khajiits are devastated, since this is a huge part of their culture. 2 years later, the moons magically reappear, and the Thalmor claim to have brought it back magically, but this is highly disputed, and theorized that they could have took this as a chance to capitalize and move their influence over to elsewhere, which happened to succeed. On the 171st year, the Aldemari Dominion sent an ambassador to Cyrodiil with an ultimatum, including disbanding the Blades, outlawing Talos worship, and giving over sections of Hammerfell to the Aldemari Dominion. Titus rejects, which ultimately begins the Great War. During the first year of the war, 3 days after war was declared, the Aldemari Dominion invaded Cyrodiil by surprise and Hammerfell simultaneously. Leyawiin was successfully captured and Bravil was besieged. The second year, Aldemari realizes from the previous attack that the Cyrodiil is weaker than they thought, shifting the primary goals to capturing all of Cyrodiil and overthrowing the Empire, nearly achieving that goal by conquering Bravil and Anvil and the entire southern coastline of Hammerfell. If it wasn't for Titus' leadership, they would have achieved that goal. During the third year of the war, the Aldemari's forces make their way towards the Imperial City, completely surrounding the Nabine River except for the north. During the fourth year of the war, the Thalmor really shift their main focus into deploying all of their forces inside of Cyrodiil. The Imperial City falls to the Aldemari's forces while Titus and his main army escapes into Skyrim temporarily. The final year of the war, the fifth year, the Aldemari believe the war is over. Titus Mede tricks them into thinking he'll surrender, only to secretly rebuild his army to surprise attack into the Imperial City, known as the Battle of the Red Ring. The full assault lasted for 2 whole days, with the Imperial Legion coming out victorious and retaking the capital of Cyrodiil again, but not only without great loss, with many troops dying. With both sides exhausted, the Empire ultimately decided to sign the Thalmor Treaty, known as the White Gold Concordat, with the terms nearly resembling the ultimatum at the beginning of the war, which banned the Talos worship and secede the southern Hammerfell over to the Thalmor. And those are all the main events of the Great War. This video wasn't meant to go into a detailed summarization of every little event, but really just to generalize and summarize all the main events and show what caused the main war and led up to it. Thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it, and stay tuned for my next videos. I got more stuff planned. I just want to test this out and see how this will work. Give me some feedback. I want to know if this style of video you guys enjoy. Just go in the comments, let me know some honest opinions, and I appreciate it. See you guys in the next video.